Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming around the channel to check the video out today. Guys, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite plastic worms for one specific situation of fishing, and that's this Zoom Big Dead Ringer plastic worm. It's very unique. It's not like a lot of other plastic worms, and when you get in the right situation, like any other lure, that when the right circumstances come together, that you're not going to find a better worm as far as getting a lot of bites on. We're going to get in that today's video. And also, guys, I'll put the Big Dead Ringer link in my Tackle Warehouse description of this video. So if you guys would like to pick up a pack and try it, you can use that link there. It's a good way to help the channel. Now, guys, this style of plastic worm is old school. This thing has been around forever. One of my favorite worms that I first started using when I first started bass fishing was called that Bill Norman Snatrix worm. And it reminded me a lot of this. The Snatrix wasn't quite this big, but it had the big same type of wagging tail on it. And I caught so many fish on that thing. They quit making it. And that's why I like this Big Dead Ringer so much, because it capitalizes on those same characteristics of that Snatrix. Now, a couple different things on this. This has got a big wagging tail on it. A lot of plastic worms have different variations of curly tails. Some of them have a twister tail like that Zoom Old Monster, but this has got a thick, wider tail, so it creates more action in the water visually, and it also displaces more water. And the rings on this thing here also displace water. So the combination together just makes it really unique. So main thing about it is, when do you want to use this type of worm over a different type of a style? And what I have identified for it is when you're in a situation where you want to capitalize on the visual strike aspect of this big twisty tail worm along with the water displacement. So given that, this is the type of worm that I like to cast with a Texas rig. You know, when I'm casting, not flipping and pitching around targets, but when I'm casting into more open water. So if I'm fishing like a drop off with brush piles, something like that, or if I'm fishing over a grass bed, if I'm fishing grass in Florida, like through lily pads and, you know, through submergent grass, this is going to be a really, really good bait, because it allows you, when you're working that worm, you know, when you're pitching and flipping, a lot of times you're just sort of shaking it in one spot. But when you're fishing a Texas rig in more open water, you know, you're pumping it and you're working it across the bottom a long way. And when you pump this thing off the bottom, you know, it really gets that tail wagging, and those fish can see and feel that tail. So, you know, working it through the bottom like that, where it comes off a foot of the bottom and you just keep it moving, that's when this thing works the best, you know, by far for me. So I like to usually use it like with a 3/16, maybe up to a 1/4 ounce slip sinker. I do like to stay a little bit lighter. I don't peg it. I just like to make it hang free like old school, and just cast it in and around, you know, offshore targets or more open water situations. Not to say that you can't catch them pitching and flipping around this thing, but for me, it's more of an open water deal. But a lot of people don't use it, guys. The Zoom Big Dead Ringer, it's not a household name, but I'm telling you, under the right situations, it is a fish catching bait. And it's also better in warmer water conditions. So I like to fish it when that water temperature is always above 70 degrees. It seems like from about, you know, late May into mid to late September is when this worm is going to be really good, when that water temperatures are warming. I think the thing about that is the aggressive nature of this tail. It's just more appealing to bass in warm water conditions based upon their metabolism and their mood and personality. But comes in a lot of different colors, guys. My two favorite colors, see if I got one here. They make a nice green pumpkin one here. That's what it looks like there. And this is a green pumpkin and a June bug. These are probably my two favorite colors. If the water visibility is, say, over 2.5 feet or so, or close to 3 feet, I'm usually using the green pumpkin. And if the water visibility is less than 2.5 feet, or if I'm fishing in some type of tannic water, like in Florida, I'll go with the June bug. Those are my two favorite colors. So if you're gonna get a few packs at Tackle Warehouse, that's the two colors I'd suggest. So anyway, guys, hope it helps out. We'll talk later.